Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Thursday, November 21st, 2024. College basketball, NBA, NHL, college football, Thursday night football, soccer, news and notes, and best bet. And it's going to be a short show today because there's not a lot on. All right, we'll start college basketball. We will recap the games from yesterday and look ahead to today's games. There's not a lot of games today. There's only 43 games on in college basketball, and a lot of them are neutrals. Charleston over the Citadel 76-61. Xavier over Siena 80-55 in 4-minor tip-off campus game. Yale over Stony Brook 86-64. NCAT over Morgan State 86-83. Morehead State over Austin Peay 63-58. Columbia over LIU 80-72. The New York, New Jersey Classic, Army over Fairleigh Dickinson, 84-70. South Dakota over Western Michigan, 80-76. Elon over Northern Illinois, 75-48. Detroit over Ball State, 70-59. Richmond over Maine, 70-66. Rhode Island over Lafayette, 86-72. Dayton over New Mexico State, 74-53. George Mason over Coppin State, 93-55. Sunshine Slam campus game, Penn State over Purdue Fort Wayne, 102-89. Jacksonville over Virginia Tech, 74-64. West Virginia over Iona, 86-43. Wax USA Challenge, Kennesaw State over Abilene Christian, 84-78. Towson over Nichols, 70-64. Number 23, Texas A&M over Southern, 71-54. Number 24, Rutgers over Merrimack, 74-63. South Dakota State over Southern Miss, 101-76. Little Rock over Tulsa, 71-57. Murray State over Maryland Eastern, 79-61. BBN Invitational, Western Kentucky over Jackson State, 79-62. Georgetown over Mount St. Mary's, 79-51. Number 3, Gonzaga over Long Beach State, 84-41. Sam Newton Classic, number 8, Alabama over number 25, Illinois, 100-87. UC Davis over Grand Canyon, 75-68. Arizona State over Cal Poly, 93-89. UTEP over Santa Barbara, 79-76. UNLV over Pepperdine, 80-59. Acrisure Holiday Invitational Campus Game, Fresno over Prairie View, 94-83. USC over San Jose State, 82-68. Stanford over Norfolk State, 70-63. Northern Colorado over Cal Baptist, 79-68. And UCLA over Idaho State, 84-70. All right, today's slate, and then we only have 37 games to talk about, though, because a lot of them are non-Division I. All right, 11 a.m. on Baller TV, Boardwalk Battle, James Madison UIC from Daytona Beach. My line is James Madison by 8.5. And it is JMU giving 3.5, totals 145.5. I'm going to lay the points with JMU. Myrtle Beach Invitational, 12 o'clock on ESPNU, Ohio, Middle Tennessee from the HTC Center. My line's middle by 0.5. And it's Ohio by 1.5, total on 3.5. I'm taking middle plus the 1.5 and even money outright. ESPN2, Shriners Children's Charleston Classic, Miami Drake from TD Arena in Charleston. My line is Miami 15.5. And it's 10.5, 142.5. I'm going to lay it with Miami. LaSalle, UC San Diego, 1 o'clock on Baller TV. Boardwalk Battle from Daytona Beach at the Ocean Center. My line's LaSalle by 6 3/4, and it's 1.5, 143.5. I'm laying it with LaSalle. 2:30 ESPN2, Myrtle Beach Invitational from the HTC Center in Conway. South Florida and Portland. Mine's South Florida by 2 3/4. And it's 9.5 and 146.5. Give me Portland getting the 9 and hook. That's a lot of points. Oklahoma State, Florida Atlantic, and the Shriners Children Charleston Classic from Charleston at TD Arena. My line is Oklahoma State by 0.5, and it's 1.5, 161.5. That's a high total. Give me the under. East Carolina, Jacksonville State Boardwalk Battle, 3:30 on Baller TV from the Ocean Center in Daytona. My line's East Carolina by 9.5, and it's 3.5, 134.5. I'm laying the points with East Carolina. 5 o'clock, the Axum Classic, Monmouth and Youngstown State from Stephen F. Austin's Arena in Nacogdoches, Texas. William R. Johnson Coliseum. Mine's Youngstown State by 1.5. And it's 5.5 and 148.5. I'll take Monmouth getting the 5 and the hook. ESPN2, Seton Hall VCU, Shriners Children's Charleston Classic from TD Arena in Charleston. My line's VCU by 6. And it's 7.5 and 124.5. That's a low total. Give me the over. 5:30 ESPNU Myrtle Beach Invitational, Bradley, Texas State from Conway at the HTC Center. My line is Bradley by 10 3/4. And it's 6.5 and 137.5. I'll lay the 6.5 with Bradley. On Baller TV, Boardwalk Battle, Toledo Stetson from the Ocean Center in Daytona. My line is Toledo 16.5, and it's 13.5 and 154.5. I'll lay with Toledo. Robert Morris Cornell. I have Cornell by 9 3/4. By the way, that game is at 6 o'clock. And Cornell is an 8.5 point favorite. Total's 152.5. That's a high total. I'm taking the under. 6:30 Fox Sports 1, UNC Greensboro at number 16, Indiana. Line's Indiana by 29, and it's 16.5 and 145.5. I'll lay the points. 7 o'clock CBS Sports Network from the Bahamas, the Baja Mar Hoops. Number 13 Baylor, number 22 St. John's. I have Pick'em. And it's Baylor 2.5 to 152.5. I'm taking St. John's getting the 2 in the hook. I'm willing to go plus 115 as well. Bryant Stonehill, I have Bryant 12.25. And it's 11.5, 149.5. I'll go over. NJIT Bucknell. I have Bucknell 12.5. Line's not out yet. Niagara, Kent State. I have Kent State 19.25. It's 14.5, 137.5. I'll lay it with Kent State. Eastern Michigan, Oakland. My line's Oakland 4.25. It's 7.5, 139.5. I'll take Eastern Michigan getting the points. Next up is Mercer, South Carolina. My line, South Carolina by 18. And it's 18.5, 151.5. I'll go over. Next up on ESPN2, the UKG Legends Classic from Barclays. My line is Texas by 2 between them and Syracuse. And Texas is giving a whopping 10.5. Total is 154.5. I think that's too high. I'm taking Syracuse getting the 10 in the hook. That's way too many points. And Syracuse is going to have some fans in that building. Radford, Clemson. My line is Clemson 27.5. It's 19.5, 147.5. I'll lay it with Clemson. Presbyterian, Stephen F. Austin at 7:30. Mine's Stephen F. Austin by 12. It's 8.5 and 136.5. I'll lay it with Stephen F. Austin. ESPNU, Shriners Children's Charleston Classic, Vandy, Nevada. From TD Arena in Charleston. Mine's Nevada by 6, and it's 3.5, 148.5. I'll lay it with Nevada. Southeast Missouri State, Central Arkansas. My line is Southeast Missouri State by 5. And it's 1.5 and 149.5. I'll lay it with Southeast Missouri State. A lot of favorites. 8 o'clock East, Texas A&M in Oklahoma. Mine's Oklahoma by 23. And it's 27.5, 144.5. I'll take East Texas A&M getting the points. Linden 1, Valpo. Mine's Valpo by 10. It's 10.5, 144.5. I'll go over. Tennessee Martin, A&M Corpus Christi. My line is UT Martin by 6.25. It's Corpus Christi 9.5 to 153.5. That's way too high. Give me UT Martin plus the points, and I think they're going outright. They're plus 320. 8 o'clock from Myrtle Beach, Princeton Wright State, Myrtle Beach Classic, or Myrtle Beach Invitational. Mine's Princeton by 5 3/4, and it is 6.5 and 152.5. I'm gonna go with the over, even though that number seems high. Oral Roberts, Ole Miss. Mine's Ole Miss 26.5. And it's 20.5 and 147.5. I'll lay with Ole Miss. Tarleton State, Michigan on the Big Ten Network at 8:30. Mine's Michigan 24.5. It's 30.5, 145.5. I'll take Tarleton getting the points. Grambling, New Mexico on the Mountain West Network. Mine's New Mexico 19.5, and it is 18.5 and 150.5. That's another tough one, but I'm also going to take the over in that one. 9 o'clock ESPN2, Texas Tech and St. Joe's, the UKG Legends Classic from Barclays. Mine's Texas Tech by 5. And it's 10.5, 147.5. I'll take St. Joe's getting the 10.5. 9:30 on CBS Sports Network. Baja more hoops from the Bahamas. Virginia at number 11, Tennessee, or against, I should say. Mine's Tennessee by 4. It's 12.5, 125.5. I'll take Virginia getting the 12 in the hook. Eastern Washington, Washington State from Spokane. My line's Wazoo 26 3/4, and it's 11.5, 159.5. I'll lay it with Wazoo. 10 o'clock ESPN, Memphis, San Francisco from the Chase Center. My line's San Francisco by 7, and it's Memphis 1.5 total, 154.5. I'll take San Francisco plus the 1.5 and minus 108 to win. Oregon, Oregon State. My line's Oregon by 6, and it's 6.5, 139.5. I'll go over. And last but not least, Air Force Cal. My line's Cal 9.5, and it's 16.5 and 137.5. I'll take Air Force getting the points. Okay, now move on to the NBA. We'll recap the games from yesterday, and we only have 4 games tonight in the association. Cavs over the Pelicans, 128-100, so best bets 3-0 in the week. Bucks over the Bulls, 122-106. Rockets over the Pacers, 130-113. Grizzlies over the Sixers, 117-111. Thunder over the Blazers, 109-99. Knicks over the Suns, 138-122. Warriors over the Hawks, 120-97. And the Clippers over the Magic, 104-93. All right, 7 o'clock NBA TV, Pistons, Hornets. My line is Charlotte, 2 3/4, total 221 and 19/20, and it is Detroit by 1, total 221.5. That's because of the injuries on Charlotte. But I'm going to actually give out the Hornets anyway. I don't think Detroit should be favored yet on the road against anybody. So give me Charlotte plus the 1 and minus 106 outright. 7:30 T-Wolves, Raptors. My line is the T-Wolves by 12 1/4, total 228 and 19/20. And it's 7 and 225.5. I'm going to lay the 7 with Minnesota. 8 o'clock Jazz, Spurs. Mine's the Jazz by 1.5 on the road, total 222 and 4 fits. And the Spurs are only giving 3, total 224. I'm taking the Jazz getting the 3 and plus 126 outright. That's only because everyone on San Antonio is hurt. And then 10:30 Magic, Lakers. Mine's the Lakers 6 3/4, total 220 and 4 fits. And it's 5.5 and 217. I am going to go take the over. Right now, move on to hockey. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to tonight. I believe tonight's a nice window. Leafs over the Golden Knights 3-0. Hurricanes over the Flyers 4-1. Stars over the Sharks 5-2. Kraken over the Predators 3-0. Sabres over the Kings 1-0. Yeah, a lot of games today. 7 o'clock Utah, Boston. Obviously, Bruins with the interim coach. Bruins minus 164, Utah plus 136, over under 5.5, overs minus 128, unders plus 102. Utah plus 1.5 is minus 94, Bruins minus 1.5 plus 156. I'm going to lay the puck line with the Bruins for the new coach theory. It's minus 1.5 and plus 156. Golden Knights, Senators. Sens minus 130, Vegas plus 108, over under 6.5, overs even money, unders minus 122. Vegas plus 1.5 is minus 230, Sens minus 1.5 plus 184. That's a good one. I'm going to take Golden Knights plus 108. Islanders, Red Wings. Isles minus 138, Detroit plus 102, over under 5.5. Overs minus 138, unders plus 112. Isles minus 1.5 plus 194. Red Wings plus 1.5 is minus 245. I'm going to take the Red Wings at home at plus 102. Hurricanes, Devils. Devils minus 120, Canes even money, over under 6.5. Overs minus 22, unders minus 120. Canes plus 1.5 is minus 245. Devils minus 1.5 plus 194. I'm going to go over 6.5 and minus 102. Avs, Capitals. Avs minus 142, Caps plus 118, over under 6.5, minus 220. Avs minus 1.5 plus 164, Caps plus 1.5 is minus 210. I'm going to go with the Capitals at home, plus 118. 13-4-1 the Caps are. Lightning, Blue Jackets. Lightning minus 182, Jackets plus 150, over under 6.5, minus 10 each way. Lightning minus 1.5 plus 138, Columbus plus 1.5 is minus 172. I'm going to go with the over. 8 o'clock, Sharks, Blues. Blues minus 245, Sharks plus 198, over under 5.5, over is minus 142, unders plus 116. Sharks plus 1.5 is minus 3, Blues minus 1.5 plus 106. The Sharks are playing a lot better lately. I'm going to do alternate total goals, over 6.5 plus 120. 8:30, ESPN Plus and Hulu, Panthers, Blackhawks. Panthers minus 3, Blackhawks plus 2, over under 6.5, overs plus 112, unders minus 140. Panthers minus 1.5 plus 104, Blackhawks plus 1.5 is minus 128. I'm going to lay the puck line with the champs at plus 104. 9 o'clock, Wild, Oilers. Oilers minus 162, Wild plus 134, for under 6.5, overs plus 108, unders minus 132. Wild plus 1.5 is minus 192, Oilers minus 1.5 plus 154. I'm going to go with the moneyline underdog here in the Minnesota Wild at plus 134. And last but not least, Rangers, Flames. Rangers, 12-4-1 on the year. That's actually better than I thought, because they did lose a couple games recently. Rangers minus 170, Flames plus 140, over under 6.5, overs plus 112, unders minus 138. Rangers minus 1.5 plus 152, Flames plus 1.5 is minus 188. I like the over at plus money a lot for that one. Okay, now we'll move on to college football. We have 2 games to talk about from yesterday. Only one game tonight. Great yesterday. Buffalo over Eastern Michigan 37-20. Ohio over Toledo 24-7. One game tonight, 7:30, ESPN, NC State, Georgia Tech. My line is Georgia Tech by 3, total 54 and 7/10. And it is 8.5 and 51.5. I'm going to take NC State getting 8.5. That's a lot of points. I know Haynes King's back, and he played well for Georgia Tech against Miami. I think it's a close game, so give me NC State plus the 8 in the hook. All right, Thursday night football tonight, 8:15 on Amazon Prime. Steelers, Browns from Cleveland. My line here is Steelers by 7.5, total 40. And the quarter on the call of the game will be Al Michaels and Kirkstreet. And it is 3.5 and 36.5. So I have a nice edge on both the Steelers and the over. But the edge on the over is smaller. So I'm going to lay the 3.5 with the Steelers. I know Tomlin is a favorite, makes me nervous. And the reason why that line's low makes me want to scratch my head. So I'm going to lay the 3.5 with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, now we'll move on to soccer. We'll go over the results of note from yesterday and look ahead to today. There's not a lot today. I think it's just you wait for women's again. Wolfsburg over Galatasaray 5-0. Real Madrid over FC 23-2. Chelsea over Celtic 3-0. And Lyon over Roma 4-1. 4 games again today. 12:45. Hammer BIF and Man City. Man City minus 370. Hammer B 7-1. The draw's plus 470. We're going to go over 3.5 goals minus 116. Valerenga Bayern. Bayern minus 650. Valerenga is 11-1. The draw's plus 550. We're going to go over 3.5 goals minus 108. 3 o'clock, Arsenal Juventus. Arsenal minus 750. Juventus is 13-1. The draw is 6-1. We'll go under 3.5 goals minus 114. And St. Polten, Barcelona. Barcelona minus 20,000. Polten is 60-1. The draw is 47-1. I'm trying to pull up the specialty. All right, I'm going to go under 5.5 goals minus 115. And I'm just going to double check if there's any more soccer before we go to news and notes. I told you guys it was going to be a short one today, only because not a lot. But tomorrow, obviously, is going to be really busy. Okay, so we have Liga MX tonight for the first time in a while. 8 o'clock, Guadalajara Atlas. So, Guadalajara minus 40, Atlas plus 380, draw plus 250. Over 2.5 goals plus 118. And 10 o'clock, Tijuana, America. America plus 115, Tijuana, Suda 1, the draws plus 260. I'm going to go with America at plus 115. Okay, now move on to the news and notes for today. So, the Cy Young Award winners were announced last night. Your winners are Chris Sale of the Braves, 18 wins, 2.38 ERA. He'll win Comeback Player of the Year, too, in the National League. And, of course, in the American League, Tariq Skubal, unanimous winner. So, congratulations to them. They're deserving. The MVPs are announced tonight. You would expect they're going to go to the best two players in the world, Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge. It looks like John Heyman thinks that the front runners for Juan Soto are the New York Mets. I think that's the biggest challenger for the Yankees. And Hal Steinbrenner's saying all the right things about how Juan Soto is a priority and everything. I think they're going to re-sign him. I do. If the Yankees badly want something, they'll get it. And they gave up a lot for Juan Soto. They have Michael King, who's going to be a Cy Young candidate for the Padres. So they better re-sign him. Or else they might go from the World Series to no playoffs. And maybe a semi-rebuild. Hal Steinbrenner says that the Soto meeting was good as Steinbrenner met with Juan for a couple of hours. The 2025 She Believes Cup details. The USWNT is to compete with Australia, Colombia, and Japan in the 10th version of the tournament. So that is interesting. Florida Atlantic shuts down the Ray Lewis bus as those involved in coaching search say hiring NFL Hall of Famer is not happening. So Jaguars changes are inevitable as firings now or after season seen as shuffling deck chairs on the Titanic. Jim McElwain to retire as he is under NCAA investigation for Connor Stallion's alleged sideline appearance last fall. Jim McElwain was a good coach, though. So you think he's potentially retiring prematurely because of that? We'll see. Just to get himself out of trouble. Hawaii top booster pulls NIL as head of the Rainbow Warriors Collective, pulling all funding following firing of AD. Drew Lock questions the Giants after not being the starter. I think the reason why they picked DeVito is because Drew Lock gives them a better chance to win. They're trying to tank. If they're trying to win, I feel like they would have picked Drew Lock. And then Daniel Jones was taking QB4 reps. Yikes. Mike Evans likely to play on Sunday against the Giants after missing 3 games. The Bucs need him, but they're probably going to kill the Giants with him back. Rockets Giannis trade unlikely as the Rockets uninterested in breaking up their core for Giannis. Travis Hunter's not focused on the Heisman as he cares more about helping Colorado win. That's a team player. Deion suggests Prime Award as he believes Travis Hunter should receive recognition as best cornerback in football. Travis Hunter's the best player in the sport this year, not just the best corner. So Paul George comes back, and the Sixers have the big three for the first time this season. Might be the only time this season. As Paul George suffers a left knee hyperextension in his first game with the Sixers' big three healthy. Go figure. Go freaking figure. Shake Milton's out for the year. ACL surgery, not great for the Warriors, who was playing well for them. Kevin Durant can return next week. Could play Tuesday against the Lakers. Chris Middleton medically cleared as he's making progress to feel physically ready for the season. And the big story of yesterday, Gino Auriemma breaks the D1 record as becomes D1's all-time wins leader with 1,217. So congrats to Gino. Great record. Happy to see him break that record. And then he got a road sign. Welcome to Connecticut, home of the winningest coach in basketball history, Coach Gino Auriemma. That's fantastic. And speaking of UConn, Ozzie Fudd to make his season debut against Fairleigh Dickinson. And how about this? The Cavs ownership group is eyeing a WNBA team as they're launching a bid for an expansion franchise. The WNBA is growing, and it's wonderful to see all these cities, big and small markets, showing interest in it. So there you have it for the news and notes. Last but not least, my best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. There's a couple games I liked, but I think it might go. Am I going to go with the NBA or college? Or you could even go with college football with NC State. But there was one that jumped out to me big time in college basketball. A&M Corpus Christi should not be that big of a favorite over Tennessee Martin. It's going to lay a 50th of a unit on Tennessee Martin plus the 9.5 against A&M Corpus Christi, and that's going to be my best bet of the day. So there you have it for the show, and I'll be back recapping everything from yesterday. Look at everything today as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.